Hey guys, sorry, sitting on Makote here, back with another new comic book a week review of the stuff that I got off my pull list. Um, this week was a lot of books. A lot of new books came out last week. Um, basically, let's jump right into it. I'm going to start off with a little something that came out earlier. This did not come out this week. This came out in like last month, I think, but it's another one of Marvel's one shots. This one is White Fox. She is an agent of Atlas, and this is kind of explains her backstory a little bit on why she has these powers and what she is. It was a pretty decent read. Good to get these backstories on a lot of these new characters for Greg Pak's Agents of Atlas run, which is really good. I highly recommend Agents of Atlas. It's a good book. No, they're no Avengers. They're actually heroes that you can really. Well, I guess they're more of a newer hero. The Avengers are still pretty popular, but White Fox is one of the Agents of Atlas, and she also tends to be a Komoho, which is a shapeshifter. I probably pronounced that wrong, but good read. If you can find it in your shop's backstock or online, I recommend picking it up. And then it has a little story on Future Avengers, which is just a short mini story for the most part on some Hydra agents in training. But it's a pretty good read. Recommend picking it up. Now, in really no particular order, let's jump into the polls, the new comics from last week. We have book number 3 in Web of the Black Widow. This goes over a lot of her backstory from the White Room, and also shows a partner that she actually worked with in the past, and how that partner's a little reckless and stuff. And it doesn't really talk much about the potential imposter that was from October's Web of the Black Widow. But this was good. They go in to steal some data from a high-profile company. Things don't go to plan, and they gotta figure out how to clean up a mess. Good read. Recommend picking it up. Next is another one of Marvel's one-shots. This is Crescent and Io. Crescent is a martial artist, a child, 10-year-old child, also an agent of Atlas. Pretty good read about her backstory. Her backstory involves how her father hunted artifacts, rare and valuable artifacts. He gets into a couple skirmishes, and Crescent, his daughter, wants to protect him, and she finds this mask, which you'll learn about what that mask is. And also, Io is a big astral bear that helps her fight and do other things. But it's a really good. I felt this was a good read, good backstory. I really like these Marvel one shots. I usually don't pick up one shots, but these one shots have been very entertaining. I need to find the others that have come out. I only have this one, White Fox, and Luna Snow. Gotta find the others. Next up, we have book number 6 in this sweet 2099 cover. Unfortunately, I won't see that type of feature because, that'd be 109 years old at that time. Next. Sorry, my cat's trying to get something off the chair. But number 6, Black Cat. No heist, no nothing in this. This is kind of a day a night off for her, so she goes out on a date with a friend of hers, and they chat and just kind of go over a lot of their backstory. And while the fox is trying to fight off some ninja assassins, good read. Recommend picking it up. The Black Cat series has been entertaining, slow at some points, but entertaining. She's savvy. Next is X-Force. This is one of the new books coming off of the Powers of 10, Powers of X. Wow, sorry. It's part of the Dawn of X continuation series. They're all on this isolated island called Krakoa, and it was a pretty decent read. And it wasn't. It felt kind of slow to me, but the story was good. Everything that they were trying to accomplish was good. There is some very unfortunate deaths in this series, but I can't really say too much on it because I did not read what came before. But good book. Next, I have the other new book that came out in this beautiful variant cover, New Mutants. This was actually a really good read. I really enjoyed this read. I felt that it was really strong and kind of gave a good background on them trying to go pick up their friends so they're all together so they can go back to Krakoa. Decent. A couple of important parts take place in this book. Obviously, I'm not going to say what those important parts are because that would be spoiler, and I like to keep these as spoiler-free as possible. But I think good reads. I'll be adding X. So I've added X-Force and New Mutants to my poll list because I think these are going to be very important comics for the future of Marvel films 20, 30 years down the road. Next we have Batman 82, City of Bane, what part is this? I think this is part hang on. I think this is part 8. This story is almost over. There's three more books in Tom King's run to get through. This was actually good. It actually picked up the pace from number 81. Number 81 was kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. But Bane and Batman finally have a battle, and Batman, as clever as he always is, cheats, but there's some very important things that do happen in this book that lead into how Tom King's run will be concluding soon, and hopefully explain a couple of things. But this was a good read. I was happy to finally see Bane versus Catwoman and Batman, because there's been this huge build-up since Nightmares, when I think about it. But good read. I was not disappointed at this at all. So, highly recommend picking this up if you're reading Tom King's Batman. Pretty decent. Next, we have Legion of Superheroes #1. So, I read Legion of Superheroes Millennium, Part 1 and Part 2, which is kind of like the prologue to this series. Clark Kent's son travels 1,000 years into the future to the 31st century, and there's all these new heroes that have taken up arms against the oncoming new bad guys that we will build up knowing more about. But they're pretty good. I did enjoy this book. Very good first series for a new pack of superheroes in the DC universe. It is my runner-up for the week because of how well it was written, and it is wordy, not gonna lie, but since this was like the very first official book of LOS, it was going to be wordy because I had to explain a lot of things. They did a lot of jumping around, which I didn't really like, kind of lost my focus, but I will continue picking this up because I think this is going to be a very, very good series to read. Highly recommend. And as for my pick of the week, I have Justice League number 35, Year of the Villain, Hostile Takeover. Basically, this is the continuation of the Justice Do More, and this is part... What part is this? This is part 6 of that war. So Snyder, McPaul, Hi-Fi, Tyrion the Fourth. Great read, pick of the week. It kind of goes, Perpetua is pretty much victorious at this point, and our Justice League heroes are on the back foot, and she's already changing the shape of the universe for future installments to warp the multiverse in her image to better support Doom than Justice. Lex Luthor is in command of her army, and Perpetua is working her will on the multiverse. Don't want to say too much more because it's going to get spoiler. But there's some good. This was a really good read. Looking forward to Justice League 36 in a few more weeks. Highly recommend picking this up. I've also added Justice League Dark to my poll list. I'm gonna try to, once I have some money saved up, I'll go back and pick up whatever I can and read that. I'll start with the Year of the Villain. Start for Justice League Dark. Good read. Highly recommend. All right, that's everything that I have for this previous week of new comics. There's some more new comics coming out next week, so expect another video. I try to make these videos same day, but sometimes when I get a lot of books or I'm just dealing with a lot of stuff IRL, I can't necessarily put out a video Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So sometimes it has to wait till the weekend, but they're still good. I still like to do them. But I highly recommend, if you love comics and you want to see more from me, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Constructive criticism is welcomed. And give it a like, subscribe, and if you want to be first, hit the notification bell and you will know the moment that a new video goes live. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and you all have a wonderful week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.